go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range, cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Let's get to this one. So definitely I wanted to chat a little bit about Andrew Tate. You know, I did two more things on this already, but one of the things was funny. You know, my son, who is 14, came to me and said, "Did you know that they arrested Andrew Tate?" And you know, that was strange because he's 14. I didn't get that, you know, he would know about Andrew Tate. But apparently, you know, it has been working quite well online, especially on social media. You know, all of this, it's, I call it like a blitz. And we'll go through a little bit of it and how, you know, Hustler University and how he's making money. Now, there are other ways how, you know, what we saw is that, you know, he and Tristan allegedly have a cam girl business, and that business, you know, is the one that I think is where they're doing a further investigation on potential human trafficking charges and all of that stuff. And as I said, all of this is alleged until, you know, this is all brought before the court. But let's go a little bit into, you know, Hustler University, because I think it's important that we look at that aspect first, because that's where a lot of money is being potentially made. And, you know, the Guardian News has been covering this quite a bit. And, you know, one of the key things I wanted to make sure that we go over a few of these items. And you can see them listed here. Maybe we should just start a little bit with the Guardian News, because the Guardian News in the UK has been covering this quite a bit. And, you know, one of the articles they have is actually 4 months old. And so, you know, one of the things is, you know, one of the big ones is, and let's kind of let this, you know, let's blow this up a bit. So Andrew Tate money-making scheme, you know, for fans of extreme misogynist closes. So one of the big things that we found was, you know, he has, you know, they looked at it and they focused on this Hustler University. And it's an online academy for fans of Tate, promising to help them, you know, earn thousands of pounds. And, you know, they had shut it down, and this allowed them to earn, you know, commissions and all of that stuff. But what was important about this, and, you know, I kind of clipped this, and it's this statement here, because this statement here says it's a loss of key revenue because membership statistics for Hustler University, which costs 36 pounds a month. 36 pounds a month actually, you know, relates to about $50. And it shows that they had about 109,000 members, down from 127,000 2 weeks ago. This is very important, because if you have, you know, and if we average these numbers and just say let's just say it's 115,000 pounds, you know, per 115,000 folks, right? So let me do this on my calculator. 115,000 folks, they're paying $50 a month. That's 5.7 million a month. Multiply it by 12, that's 69 million a year. So, you know, I round it down to about 65 million. So this is a big thing. This Hustler University is pretty big. And, you know, with this type of revenue, you know, this is significant. And as I go down into it, that's where, you know, you start to look at how they did this. And they did this through a bit where a lot of their members were able to go in, and they were able to basically, you know, just use this content, use several of their own accounts, and they always try to use Tate in there. Like they'd use different things that said Tate, you know, no Tate, all of those different things. And they'll send out all of this over Twitter, and they were able to impact the algorithm. And so that was, you know, one thing you have to say, we have to look at it in different ways. Yes, this seems a little nefarious, but you can see that there's a lot of thought put behind this. And so they have the school, as we said, Hustler University. The membership is $50 or £39. And what really put a big issue in this was the payment processor Stripe, started to stop processing their payments. Now, and as we went over the copycat accounts that they created on TikTok, which really overpowered the algorithm. And, a few months ago when I went on, I saw a lot of Andrew Tate on TikTok. And honestly, it was brilliant how they did it, because I think that was the way in which he was able to advertise his university and cause it to spread so much. And as we did our back of the envelope calculation, 65 million up, that's a lot of money. And so you could see where, they were making a lot. And one thing I want to say is, if they had, an average of maybe 115,000 students, think about a conversion rate of 1 in 100, because, I think the majority of people would watch but would not join the university. That would mean that probably there are as many as about 13 million people that are consuming this content. Another thing that the Guardian went into, which was very, very important, members of Hustle University included boys as young as 13. Now, my son is 14, and he told me about Andrew Tate. Now, not that he was exposed to it based on the social media and all of that stuff and people chatting about it. But think about it. The university itself has young people, as part of it. And the lessons that they try to get them in, as you can see here, as the Guardian reports, is crypto investing, drop shipping, and recruiting others through affiliate programming. So, and, during the pandemic, the whole, drop shipping thing came up, and a lot of people, found out that they didn't make much money from this activity at all. Lots of reasons why they wouldn't. I mean, probably some did, but, this would have a large failure rate. And crypto investing, and this is where it was a bit concerning. Crypto investing, that one is a bit challenging, because if you have watched anything on me, you know that I'm very keen on I don't give an investment advice, but this is a very volatile asset, and I would not, for me, I stay away from it. That's just me and that. But what's important is, this is a lot of funds, 65 to 69 million dollars. That's a lot of fun. And also the courses taught men how to pull women. And we saw this here. Yeah, the self-styled guru, styled as a self-help guru, offering his mostly male fans a recipe of making money, pulling girls, and escaping the matrix. A big thing I've seen a lot of talk about is escaping the matrix. And I've heard this talk many, many times, even before the matrix came out. There's always this thought that there's some esoteric thing. There's something where rich people make money, and there is some special group that understands it all, and they keep everyone down, and you are supposed to try to see if you can get that knowledge and escape the matrix. And this has been used for several different people running Ponzi schemes, people doing all sort of creation of crypto tokens and all of that stuff. Lots of that has been done. I heard a guy that somehow crypto is supposed to replace banks and all of that stuff. And when I was talking to the guy, he really believed what he was saying. And I do believe that a lot of conspiracy theorists buy into a lot of this. And that's why this guy, was able to get so much. Because I mean, if you're getting 69 million a year from 109,000 students, that's a lot of money. And I could understand why, this university, Hustler University, has pulled so many people. What concerns me most is that it's pulling people below the age of 18, because you're filling these guys with some weird, ideologies, and in life, this is not good for them, right? This is really not good for them. But it does show you the size of the market, because as we said, if you can pull 115,000 people on average and get them to pay $50 a month, if you, as I said, if your conversion rate is 1%, you're talking about 13 million people who, fertile ears for this type of content. And that's something that I think a lot of people are trying to get into that market. And that's where it is. You come on here on YouTube in the male manosphere sector, and people are, begging for cash apps and all of that stuff. This is not begging for cash apps. This is actually a structure that tells young men, I can help you to get women, help you to learn the process of getting women. You can get into, crypto trading, copywriting, drop shipping, all of that stuff. And that's what the Hustler University was supposed to teach. And I did come across some of the stuff, the videos that they had. And a lot of it is to show people that, Andrew Tate and his brother are living the life. Because, the big advertisement is, see him here. He's right here by his Bugatti. This is what you can do. And all you have to pay is $50 a month, and he'll teach you how to do it. That was the allure. And that was the advertisement. And even some of the other manosphere folks, I'm not talking the black manosphere, the general manosphere folks, they do view him as a marketer, as an expert marketer, because what he's selling is a lifestyle and hope. And, to some people, $50 a month to get to this, $600 a year is nothing. And then you look at it, he's getting 115,000 people on average to do this. That's $65 million. And it's this stuff is so weird. You show the lifestyle and you tell people that, you can, let me show you how to do it, and people pay you money to it, and then they fund the lifestyle. I know this world, it's different, but one of the things is now is they also have that cam girl business, and that cam girl business is where the real issue is happening. And that's where, all of these allegations are out there. But I really wanted to cover a little bit on the Hustler University, because one of the things I wanted to show was that's where the money is being made. And that's where, and the funny thing is that Guardian, the Guardian newspaper was covering this, right? They were covering this for a long time, but not a lot of people are looking at it, and they were investigating this, because this investigation was in August of this year. And it kind of says, things that they believe Andrew Tate is saying. I've heard about that in general women can't drive and all of that stuff. And all of those things, I don't know if he believes it, but I think it's just a way of him selling, this type of this type of belief in this ultra alpha. A lot of people think that, he's ultra alpha and all of that stuff, and they're willing to pay money to learn how to do that. But guys, I just wanted to cover it because, as I said to you, this is not just about someone making a lot of money. It's also about impressionable minds, and also, the fact that I found out that, this type of, expert and aggressive marketing has reached out very far, extremely far. And when my own son told me that he knew about Andrew Tate, he's only 14, that made me understand that this type of aggressive marketing and expert marketing did work. And it really did, because I couldn't believe that he knew, because he said to me, Daddy, did you know that Andrew Tate, at least he said misogynist, that misogynist has been arrested? And when I found out about all this marketing that was being done, and the fact that this is a big pie, that was that, when you find out things like this, people are sometimes there's a shiny object, and it's the bravado, and it's the Bugatti and all of that. But behind all of that, it's a little bit more than that. You have 127,000, between 109 and 127,000 students are part of this university. That's a lot of young men. And this is, they're ingesting this type of ideology and hope. And then, they're being sold that one day they too can drive the Bugatti. They too can have all of that. And I think the authorities right now, in arresting him, we're going to find out more about what this alleged crime is. And as I said, we'll be patient and wait for understanding on what happened. And, hopefully there's a case that can bring it forward. But, I just wanted to cover it, because it's not just the cam girl business. There is this Hustler University, and it's something that I want to do a little bit more on, because this is how the money is being made, or part of the money. And I think that is important where we cover it and understand the size of the audience that listens and consumes this type of stuff. And then you have the size of the folks that not only listen, but actually go behind the paywall and they actually pay for this stuff. And when you find out that it's over 100,000 people across the world, that's it. That's something that is bigger than that. And as time goes on, we'll hear a lot more about this. So, guys, please, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. But I'm going to do much more on this because, as I said to you, 65 million a year, estimated income from this Hustler University. That's something to look at a bit more. Thanks, guys.